Hello everyone and welcome to Zen Folly. Today we are going to talk about something that can bring more peace and calm to your life. Mindfulness. It's all about being present in the moment and letting go of stress. In today's world, it's easy to get lost in our thoughts. We're always thinking about what's next or what already happened. But what if we would find peace by simply focusing on what's happening right now? That's what mindfulness helps us do. And today, we're going to explore how you can start practicing it. So, what exactly is mindfulness? It's the practice of paying attention to what's happening in the present moment without judgment. That means focusing on where you are, what you're feeling, and what you're doing without getting caught up in your thoughts or worries. For example, when you're eating, are you really tasting the food, or are you thinking about work or other things? When we're not mindful, we miss out on a lot of life's small pleasures because we are distracted by our thoughts. Let's start by focusing on something simple: your breath. Take a deep breath in and then let it out slowly. Notice how the air feels as it enters your lungs and how your body relaxes as you exhale. This is a simple practice of mindfulness. You're paying attention to your breath, and for that moment, nothing else matters. This is one of the easiest ways to bring mindfulness into your daily life. Anything you feel, stressed or overwhelmed, just take a few deep breaths and focus on how your body feels. Even just a minute of doing this can help calm your mind and bring you back to the present. Another way to practice mindfulness is by paying attention to your surroundings. Right now, wherever you are, take a moment to look around. Notice the colors, the shapes, and the sounds. What do you hear? What do you see? When you're mindful, you notice things you usually overlook. Let's try it now. If you're outside, notice the sound of the wind or the birds. If you're inside, notice the feeling of the chair or the ground beneath you. What can you smell or hear? You don't need to judge these things, just observe them. Practicing mindfulness like this can help you feel more grounded and connected to the present moment. It's a way of getting out of your head and into the experience of now. Mindfulness can be helpful in our daily lives in so many ways. When you're more mindful, we stress less because we are not constantly thinking about what will go wrong in the future or what we should have done differently in the past. Instead, we are focused on what's happening right here, right now, and that brings a sense of peace. For example, imagine you're stuck in traffic. Usually, we might feel frustrated, thinking about how late we'll be or how annoying the situation is. But with mindfulness, you can bring your attention back to the present. Maybe notice the colors of the clouds around you or focus on your breath. This doesn't change the fact that you are in traffic, but it changes how you feel about it. You feel calmer, more in control of your mind, even in a situation you can't control. You can also practice mindfulness listening. The next time you're talking to someone, really listen to them. Don't think about what you're going to say next. Just listen. Pay attention to their words, their tone, and their emotions. When we do this, not only do we become better listeners, but we also connect with others more deeply. Mindful listening is something we can practice with anyone, friends, family, or even strangers. The goal is to be fully present in the conversation without letting your mind wander. It helps you feel more engaged and connected, and it also helps the other person feel truly heard. So, why is mindfulness important? It's because when we live mindfully, we reduce the stress and tension that builds up when our minds are constantly racing. We can't control everything that happens in life, but we can control how we respond to it. Mindfulness teaches us to respond calmly, with patience, rather than reacting out of frustration or fear. And the more you practice, the easier it gets. You start to find moments of calm in your day, whether it's during a morning walk, while drinking your coffee, or just taking a few deep breaths during a busy work day. Mindfulness reminds us that peace is always available right here in the present. So how do you start practicing mindfulness? It's easier than you think. You don't need to set aside a lot of time or do anything special. Just start by noticing small things like your breath or the feeling of your feet on the ground. You can also try practicing mindfulness when doing everyday tasks like washing the dishes, brushing your teeth, or even walking. Instead of letting your mind wander, focus on what you're doing. Notice the sensations and sounds around you. If your mind starts to drift, gently bring it back to the present moment. Mindfulness isn't about being perfect or never getting distracted. It's about noticing when your mind has wandered and gently bringing it back to the present. It's a practice, and with time, it becomes easier and more natural. So, thank you for joining me in this episode. I hope this has given you some simple ways to bring mindfulness into your life. Remember, it's not about controlling your thoughts, but about being present with them. Until next time, take a few moments each day to be mindful and discover the peace that comes from being present. Thank you.